Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM and welcome back to the Calmsden Chronicles down here on Calmsden Farm. I do hope you're all doing really well. So, you join me at 5:05 in the evening, September the 2nd. We're pretty much moments away from when the previous episode took place. But the weather's really good. I've just checked the forecast and we've got sunshine pretty much right the way through till 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. And I'm sure we're all familiar with just how nice it is to play this game on your farm when the sun's out. There's just something really special about it, in my personal opinion. So I'm not going to waste the time. I'm not going to waste the weather. We're going to crack on, he says, crashing into his mower. Crack on with a bit of field work. We're going to make a start on a bit of grass work. We've got two fields of grass one field of meadow and one field of grass, I think, to sort out. We've got the real big field 17, to deal with. But first of all, we're going to get cracking in the kind of custom field, the field on the hill that's behind the cow barn. So, a little bit of an update just to where things are on the farm at the minute. Obviously, the purpose of what we're doing now, obviously, we're going to be sorting the grass out. We're going to turn it over with the tedder, turn it to hay, and put it all into the cow barn to stock up the Lely Vector cow automatic machine thing with some hay. So, yeah, we need to crack on with that. The silage bunkers, this one here is, I believe it's about 92% fermented at the minute. There we go, yeah, 388,000 litres, and the other one around the back here is about 88%. So I think I did mention a couple of episodes ago that the plan with this is we're going to lease the auto-load Grimmy belt system and get all this picked up. We'll put a load of it into the cow barn, of course, and we'll potentially throw a load of it into the BGA as well, earn a bit of money from that, from the electricity and methane, and also not profit, but benefit from the digestate that we'll get as a direct byproduct of that. So yeah, that's pretty much what we need to crack on with. And obviously now that the Massey has got a bit more oomph behind it, we can throw both of the mowers on here, and this should do the job just fine. So, genuine question though, we're now running the very latest update of the map, which was released yesterday, the 17th of February. Appreciate all your hard work, Oxy, for what you've done on the map. But yeah, genuine question. Do I rename this Oak Bridge Farm Chronicles? Or the Oak Bridge Chronicles? We all now, well, I suppose most of us are now aware that the Calmsden Farm has been renamed to Oak Bridge Farm. Initially, there was a load of buzz in the first kind of 10 or 15 minutes of its release, wondering if it was a mistake or not, whether it was a mistake on Oxy's part or on Giant's part. But sure enough, a few minutes later, Oxy did very kindly release a little bit of a statement, or something you can call it that, on his Discord, just explaining the reasons why it has actually genuinely been renamed Oak Bridge Farm. So yeah, it was a setup. Well, without going into too much of a waffle, it was essentially because it's something mainly to do with the fact that in real life a lot of people have been taking it upon themselves to visit Calmsden Farm, obviously because of the popularity of this map within the farming simulator community. It's obviously shone a particularly bright and large light on Calmsden Farm in real life. So I think a lot of people have been descending on there like they do over at Clarkson's farm. And I think maybe it started to get a little bit too much, perhaps, for the owners of the farm, I think, without knowing too much about the exact scenario. But yeah, I think Oxy has just done what he thought was necessary to try and reduce that somewhat. So yeah, so the map is now, even though it's still called calmsden.zip when you download it, like for example now if we go into the map PDA, we can see right down here, for example, if we go to one of the sell points, this one used to be called Cotswold Stores, it's now called Oak Bridge Stores. We've got the Oak Bridge Stores Farmers Market. So yeah, it's there's a few things been changed. So obviously the series is called the Calmsden Chronicles, but genuine question, let me know what you think in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. Should I rename this just to honour and respect Oxy's decision to rename the map? Should I rename this the Oak Bridge Chronicles and go from there? I don't mind either way. Obviously, like I say, I feel I should really honour his decision to do that, and just support him in that respect, because got a lot of respect for Oxy, the time that he's put into the farm sim community, making these incredible maps for us all. I feel it's potentially the right thing to do, but I just appreciate your input. Let me know what you think, guys, in the comments section below. So I mean, look at this. It's beautiful, isn't it? How can you not want to do a bit of field work in this? So yeah, we're going to get this field mowed, turned over with the tedder, picked up with the forage wagon, windrowed first, obviously, and then picked up with the forage wagon and put into the cow barn here. So one thing that I did want to touch base on first before we go any further forward, I've been I've been sent a mod ahead of time to have a look at. And I'm very, very grateful for the opportunity. This was sent to me by a modder called Oz. Hello, mate. Hope you're well, if you're watching. Firstly, I've got to apologise that it's taken me a good week or so to get round to doing this. He sent me the mod over on Discord probably almost 2 weeks ago, perhaps. And I didn't get round to looking at it immediately. I have had a chance to have a bit of a look at it and understand what it's all about. And honestly, I think it's a genius little idea. So I'm going to show you it very quickly. I'm not going to go into it in too much detail because, you know, that could take quite a bit of time. But essentially, I'm just going to briefly showcase it to you and run it in this, just for a little bit in this game save. So it's called Task List. And it's brilliant. Those of you within the community who like a good list like me, this is perfect. Now, what this does, in my mind, the way I've kind of understood this is, so say for example, and this is a thing that's quite, maybe it's, you know, unique to the likes of someone like me who's a content creator on YouTube. So I've got multiple saves running. You know, well, at the minute I've got Riverbend, I've got Calmsden, and I've got Palanier. And I'm sure maybe some of you have got the same again. You've got multiple saves running. You know, you chop and change. You go to one and then the other depending on your mood or whatever. But so essentially when I jump into a game save for the first time in a few days, I'll need to remind myself what I've got to do. So I'll go to the map PDA, I'll have a look, I'll be like, right, we're on Calmsden today. What do I need to do? This field needs liming, this needs fertilizing, this needs harvesting. You know the score. There's a lot of stuff to do to manage a farm, and depending on how many fields and what land you've got, it can take you quite a while. Or it takes me a few minutes anyway, just to make sure that I know what I'm doing, what jobs I've got to do, etc., etc. You know what I'm talking about. So you spend a good few minutes going back into within all these menus here, the growth menus, the crop types and soil compositions and stuff. Do we have weeds? Have we got to do this, that, the other, blah, 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 blah. But what this does, the task list, is essentially allows you to, you'll spend a few minutes once, essentially, creating your, essentially, tick list of things that you need to do. But once you've done it, you can essentially just, you know, go back to this. It's all the information you're going to need in one spot, if that makes any sense. So this is the text that you're greeted with when you first install the mod. So it says, to get started, you use manage groups to create a group. A group is a logical container for related tasks, for example, field 10 or general farm tasks. Once you've made a group, use manage tasks to define what you need to do and when. A task is just plain text, such as feed the cows or harvest. Tasks can be one-off things or recur month by month or day, or by a multiple of months of days. When a task is due, it will show here. You can use complete task when it is done. If it is a recurring task, it will show again when due. A group and all of its tasks can be easily copied to a new group if needed. You can view tasks currently due while playing by pressing Shift and T. So essentially what we're going to do, if we jump into the PDA, obviously we're down here on the field on the hill. This is field 21, which is now extended right the way down here to the end of this area of grass. So we're going to call this first group field 21. So we're going to go to manage groups. I don't have any groups yet, so I'm going to add a group and I'm going to call it field 21. Yep. Okay. So within this, so we now come out of here. I don't have any tasks to do, so I want to manage tasks. We've now got field 21 here. We don't have any tasks yet, so I'm going to add a task and I'm going to call this mow grass F21. There we go. Okay. Set the task priority. I'm just going to keep that as 1 yet. I haven't gone into too much understanding of what the different priorities mean. I'm assuming 1 and 2. I think it goes up to 5. I'm presuming 1 is like highest priority. So we'll click on OK. Is the task recurring? No, we're just going to do this once for now. So we'll click on OK. When is the task due? September. We're in the current month of September. It's really good, this. So we've now got that mow grass in field 21. We'll add another task, and we'll call Ted grass field 21. Okay, there we go. Same again. It's going to do the same. Is the task recurring? No. It's going to take place in September because I do plan on getting this done before midnight tonight. So there we go. So we're just going to do these two for now. So we're going to close all this down. Come out of here. There we go. So we've done that now, but if I now press Shift and T, there you go. I've got a little reminder in the top right-hand corner. I need to mow the grass in field 21, and I need to ted the grass in field 21. Now, of course, you know, as you can... Yes, it's a very brief explanation of what the mod does from here. Like I said, it's not going to be a big in-depth detail review of the mod, but it's essentially you create your task list and your tick-off list for all the jobs that you've got to do on your farm. Whether it's feed the cows, you can create a group that's just general farm work, so you might need to move some bales around, empty the silage pit, feed your cows, feed your sheep, whatever you've got to do, and then you can create a group for each of the individual fields for all the work you've got to do in those individual fields. You'll spend a few minutes going through the PDA, establishing what you've got to do, create all the tasks that you've got to do for the fields, and you can just consult that one menu and look at your list, or just press Shift T in the current day, game, month that you're in, and you'll get a list of tasks that you've got to do, and it's absolutely genius. It is in testing with Giants. He sent it over. It is over, potentially coming out on the Mod Hub soon. I can't say exactly when that will be. Obviously, Giants are still wading through, no doubt, a vast backlog of mods to get tested and released, but it's in testing. So so there we go. It is a script mod, so I think it's for PC only. But it's a really, really clever thing. And so Oz, mate, if you are watching, like I said before, apologies that it's taken me such a long time to get round to having a good look at it, but I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity to take a look at it early. So thank you very much, mate, and I absolutely love it. Like I said, I for one, I'm very much someone who likes a list. What can I say? So, yeah, awesome. So, anyway, right, there we go. A brief introduction to that mod. Just wanted to show you that. So now we're going to get cracking. We're going to sort this one out. I think I'm going to pop the whole thing into a bit of a cinematic. We're going to get the mowing done, the tedding done, and we're going to get it rowed up and picked up and put into the cow barn. And I'm essentially going to cram several hours worth of work now into probably about 2.5 to 3 minutes worth of music. So, see you shortly. And there we go, job's done. It's not taking us too long, it's 6:45, so it's just taken us over an hour or so to get all that done, but either way, it's all sorted. So let's get the last of this now. I think I've got the trigger bit right, there we go. Get rid of this hay. But yeah, we've done alright out of that, numbers-wise, in total. Let me just step away from the noisy machine there for a bit. We've got 149,549 litres of hay off of that field. So now that that's been done in this field, it means I can now dig the cultivator out in a future episode, no doubt, and actually turn it into a proper field so that the PDA and the game recognises it as such. And then we can do something else with it, perhaps. I'm not sure if we'll keep grass in it. We might put something else in it just for a bit of variety, perhaps. I'm not too sure. We shall see. But I just wanted to address one thing. Now, obviously, in between where we are right now, I know for you guys it's been a matter of minutes, but for me it's been a good few hours since recording that first clip this morning. Time's passed quite a bit. I've been out and taken the dog for a walk. You know what, let me just shut that down. There we go. I felt like I was proper shouting over that. Then it is a noisy beast. Yeah, I've kind of been out of the house, taken the dog for a walk, and I've had a bit of a think. Now, I do need to ask for your apology, for your forgiveness, sorry, and give an apology for my indecisiveness and I suppose the lack of continuity in this episode. At the very beginning of this episode, I did say that I'm asking a genuine question: should I rename this series to the Oak Bridge Chronicles, as opposed to what it's been previously known as the Calmsden Chronicles? And while I took the dog out for a walk, I kind of had a bit of a think, and I thought, you know what, yeah, I need to do that. So I have done that. So as you'll have probably already seen if you are watching this video, the thumbnail says the Oak Bridge Chronicles. I've pretty much renamed everything. I've essentially wiped the name Calmsden from everything that I've done with this series so far. I've named the save game the Oak Bridge Chronicles. I've even gone as far as changing all the location data on the auto drive nodes and stuff to Oak Bridge Farm instead of Calmsden Farm. Now I know, don't get me wrong, it's for those of us who've been around Farming Simulator for the last few years, that this is always going to be Calmsden in it. Let's not beat about the bush. It's always going to be Calmsden, but I do fully appreciate the reasons why Oxy has done what he's done, renaming it and such. So to honour that, and just to respect him in that respect, I have, as you'll have seen, I have renamed it, and I've made that decision in between recording that clip that I made earlier in the video and where we are now. So I just wanted to explain that and just apologise for the my indecisiveness and I don't know whether continuity is the right word, but obviously you guys have clicked on a thumbnail that says the Oak Bridge Chronicles, and then I'm asking should I rename it. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, point making. There we go. So job done. Right. Oh, but now we need to look at, if we go into our task list, I did only create 2 tasks, didn't I? The mow grass and the ted grass. But we can now complete these. So if we go to there and go complete task, that essentially just disappears from there. We've tedded the grass and we complete that again, and we don't have any tasks due. But of course, the option is there, as you saw when I set them up. You can have them as recurring every month or every couple of months or whatever time scale you need those jobs to recur. Like, for example, feed the cows, you'd probably have that as, if you were doing it manually, depending on the number of cows you've got, you'd have that as every day. So you'd have a task appear in there every day, automatically, to remind you of the jobs that you've got to do. So, so yeah, like I said, you know, apologies, it's not a really in-depth, you know, view and discussion about that particular mod. I just wanted to showcase it to you and let you know that at some point in the near future, it will be coming. You will see it on the mod hub. So keep your eyes out for it. It's a cracking little thing, I must admit. I really do like it. It's a great little thing. Anyway, right, so grasswork, the first little bit of grasswork done anyway. There we go. So let's just park this up here for now. And I think what I'm going to do, we're going to go and have a kip for the night. And we're going to pick up tomorrow. But I think what we're going to do tomorrow, the way we're going to start and finish off this episode potentially, the silage bunkers. So this one is currently at 94%, and this one round the corner now should be, I'm going to say, roughly about 90%, I think. It's gone up 2% in the last couple of hours. 90%, there we go. So, the plan is, I'm going to lease the auto-load belt system, and we're going to, essentially, I'm going to shift the contents of this bunker into the cow barn, and I'm going to shift the contents of that bunker over to the biogas plant, and we're going to earn from 300 odd thousand litres of silage burning away in the biogas plant. That's the idea, because we've still got the really big field 17 towards the south of the map there. That's got to be mowed. So we're inundated with grass and hay, and we've got the opportunity to do pretty much anything we need with it. So in that respect, I don't need to stress too much about getting that done immediately. Once we put some silage into the load of silage into the cow barn, that's going to be stocked up for a decent amount of time. We still need to shift a load of the straw bales over there as well, get that sorted. But we're doing all right, essentially. That's the main thing. The cow barn's going to be stocked up over the next few episodes. I'm a bit gutted I can't open my gate here. I've got to jump over it. And look at that. Left me lights on. Right, anyway, so yeah, we'll call it a day for today, and I'll see you in the morning, and we'll get cracking. Right, good morning, everybody. First task of every day. Give the dog his breakfast, of course. There we go. Sort out the pooch, and then we can get cracking. But now we're in October. We've got a couple of extra jobs that have now landed on our lap, as it were. I'll jump into the PDA and show you, but the linseed field and the barley field are now full of weeds. If we're going to have a quick look there, as you can see, yeah. A relatively comprehensive layer of green, so as you can see, so we need to get that sorted. That'll be a job for the Massey and the sprayer. Get some herbicide sprayed in those fields, but we're not going to be cracking on with that yet. The first thing we're going to do, like I just said before, is we're going to sort out the silage bunkers. I did get the 2 notifications in the top right of the screen a few moments ago to tell us that the both of the bunkers have completely fermented to 100%. So that's all good. So we can get those open, and then we can get this belt system leased and go from there. But I am going to be using store deliveries, which just because the belt systems are painfully slow. You can measure their speed in calendars, quite frankly. They're desperately slow, and they don't tow very well, I don't think. I'm not sure if I've got anything on the farm that is capable of towing it. So yeah, let's open the silo. There we go, get that started. And I think what I'll do, I shall just place down store deliveries right about there. We'll jump into the menu system. So where are we? Belt systems is right down at the bottom here, isn't it? I think. There we go, belt systems. So let's select that. And I want the auto load one. This is the one I want. Don't need to customize it in any way. It's fine as it is. But we want to lease that. It's going to cost us £798 an hour, 380 for the day. Base cost at 760, so £1,938. It'll probably cost us a little bit more than that, because I'd imagine there's a good few hours in sorting this out. But here we are. Right, so let's start it up. Let's extend it a bit. We're going to sort out the bunker 1 here first. Get me... there we go. Let's get that extended. But if I now pull it back, do you see what I mean? Runs at a mind-boggling 3 miles an hour. So the last thing I want to do is be driving this thing back from the shop. That'll take an age, wouldn't it? So yeah, but I'm pretty sure if we just pull this up. Now I need to consider where my tractor and trailer is going to be. But if we just pull this to about here to start off with, we want to turn it on. There we go, and now it is full of silage. So I think that'll do for now. It does have quite a wide pickup on it. I have used this once before back on Riverbend Springs, in the last Riverbend Springs episode, I think it was. So if I just bring that out there, that's now on. I think it's going to pick up a good chunk of it up to about here, maybe, give or take a bit. But the main thing is it's sorted. So we now need to go and grab ourselves our trailer. It is going to take a bit of time, I appreciate that. In fact, thinking about it, these things can take silage, don't they? And this has a bigger capacity. Yeah, let me just... I hadn't thought of that, actually. I was just thinking about using the Red Rock trailer. But as a matter of fact, this thing should do the job just fine, shouldn't it? Pull under the belt. Oh, laughing. There we go. Brilliant. This has got a much bigger capacity, so it means we'll get it done a bit quicker. Right, so I shall. I'm going to pop this whole backing and toing, because it is going to take a while. I'm going to pop it into a relatively large time lapse and get cracking. So I'll pick you up in a wee while's time when it's done. All done, shifted to where it needs to be. Now, in my opinion, using one of these is one of the most efficient ways of shifting north of 700,000 litres of silage from one place to another. it's a brilliant thing, this, it really is. So I'll, yeah, we need to return that though, quick as, so we're not spending money on leasing costs where we don't need to. So let's get that returned. There we go. Nice. I did make sure I emptied it as well. I made that mistake over on Riverbend Springs. I left a quantity of silage on the belt there and then sent it back to the shop after leasing it. So I lost a little bit, but nonetheless, as you might have seen from the time lapse there, the BGA got full really quickly, and that's down to me. That was my fault. I had initially intended to do a similar thing to what I'd done with the cow barn and amend the numbers so that the BGA can take a little bit more than the standard 102,000 litres. But I forgot. So either way, it's all good. We've now got over in the cow barn, we've got 639,113 litres of silage. So they're stocked up for a good while now, quite a long time. And sure enough, we've got 102,000 litres over in the biogas plant, which reminds me, let's pop into there very quickly. So as you can see, the manure and the slurry are ticking away nicely. So there's the silage at 102,000 litres. Get that activated, and that'll start burning away for us, earning a little bit of money from the residual electricity and methane that it produces, and we'll get a good quantity of digestate back from that as well, which is great. Get that spread on the fields, but as you can see there in front of us, this is our field of weeds with linseed underneath. So yeah, this is something we're going to be needing to crack on with, no doubt, in the next episode. We'll get the sprayer hooked up to the Massey, perhaps. That is sat on the double narrow wheels, isn't it? So that's our row crop tractor, as it were. So we'll get the herbicide sprayed in here and get rid of these weeds, and with the barley field next door as well, we'll get that done. But for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen, I think I am going to call it here. We've had a good one. It's been busy. Like I say, we've shifted a huge quantity of silage, so that's a big job well done. 2 bunkers now empty, ready to be refilled again and get the process going again. But yeah, like I say, I'm going to call it here for today's episode. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I really do hope you have enjoyed the episode and found it a little bit of fun. As always, if you're new to the channel and you like my content, you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and jumping on board, joining the channel. Please give the video a like if you can. It does do wonders. It helps the YouTube algorithm do its thing. And as always, there are a host of links in the video description below with my Giants Partner promo code. If any of you are in the market for purchasing Farming Simulator 25 and you like the idea of supporting the channel and helping out a creator, as always, I would be massively appreciative. And of course, if any of you are in the market for an online server, and again, you like the idea of supporting the channel and helping out a creator, please consider using my G-Portal affiliate link, which again will be in the video description below. Any help and support there would be hugely appreciated also. So thanks again for your time, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.